Okay, I just had a really interesting thought, okay? Now, you may not like me for this, okay, because you're probably very similar to me. If you've enjoyed watching my videos and my previous videos as well, it probably means you're like a hardworking, quite ambitious person, okay? But if you don't know who I am, my name's Sim Chan. I create videos for artists and their students to try to help improve their lives, okay? Just kind of general um, videos, okay? So, I had a really interesting thought, okay? Now, if you're anything like me, you probably are quite competitive, okay? And now you've probably played some video games before, okay? And now the thing is, with video games, now you can obviously get like single player, multiplayer, okay? But specifically, if you are competitive, you will most likely enjoy multiplayer and then probably FPS, very replayable games like Call of Duty, Apex Legends, right? Or the Finals, which is a new game, all right? Now, I'm not a brain scientist or anything. I don't know what it's called, a psychologist, I guess, all right? But there's this thing called like a psyche, okay, which is like what things you there's things that you really attract to, right? Like that you really really like, okay? Like on a very deep, profound level, and you're almost unable to detach from it, okay? Like on a very very deep level, okay? And the thing is, for me, because I have a very competitive like psyche, okay, and I really want to see myself improve in areas of life, okay, then I'll most likely enjoy playing replayable multiplayer games where I can see myself progress. Okay, now obviously you might already know this, okay, but I'm kind of telling you like the behind the scenes behind all of this, okay? So what I found is that because I am quite competitive, I always enjoy these kind of games. All right, especially when you can see like, oh, you're going from gold to platinum now. All right, only 20% of the player population is in this rank. Okay, now you put a lot of energy. If you're anything like me, you put a lot of energy into trying to improve your rank. Okay, you will literally watch videos in your own free time you'd watch videos to research how to get better, and then you try to improve. Okay, but at the same time, you have yourself just a dream of who you want to be, or you may not even have a dream. All you have right now, you might just like to play games, and you have maybe a general idea of who you want to be. But I want you to ask yourself this. Think about how much energy, okay? Like think about how much energy you're putting into ranking up into that virtual world, okay? Imagine that was all transferred into a dream that you have, a real life dream that you could put into place that is tangible, okay? Like, let's say you wanted to create an album, okay? Imagine how much energy, imagine how much time per week you put into video games and just researching how to actually rank up as well. It'd probably be around like, let's say if you play video games, you probably play at least 2 hours a day, all right? And then you might watch videos on it as well, so that's another hour or two. So that's 4 hours. 4 hours, 24 hours a day. You sleep about 8 hours, okay? You eat, so then that's 2 hours, 10 hours already, okay? So you really have like 14 hours a day. Actually, no, then you have to brush your teeth. So then that brush your teeth, shower, and all that, I would say half an hour as well. So 10 and a half hours. So 13 and a half hours you have of your own actual free time. And then you have to add on top of that work and studying. So really, you only have about like 3 or 4 hours. That's all gone already. It's going to be very hard to fuel your own dream if you decide to do something that already basically affects your psyche so much, such as video games. For me, it is video games. For you, it could be something else. Okay, you'll probably know what it is, what your, I guess, poison is. Okay, but all of that energy. Imagine you had a dream. If you don't have a dream already, then imagine you had a dream that affected you on that level. Okay, and most likely a lot of dreams that you will have will be to that level as well. If you're a very competitive person, that you'll likely want to get into a competitive industry, like one example will be of course the music industry. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Sim Chan. I create videos for like music, so like artists and also just students to try to improve their lives. Okay, so the music industry is obviously very competitive, and if you are a very competitive person, you will obviously do very well in a competitive space. Okay, unlike, let's say, a gardener. All right, it's not very competitive, it's quite a peaceful thing, it's quite wholesome. Okay, but if you are kind of a peaceful, wholesome person, you'll probably enjoy that. Okay, you go where I'm going at. Okay, you want to choose a project or a dream. If you don't already have one, choose something that most fits your psyche, your personality. Okay, because if you don't, then you will find something that's already pleasurable, such as video games, to fill that void. It will always occur. For me, I quit video games about a year ago, okay, and then I started this channel and I was doing a lot of progress. But ever since I started again about a month, okay, I didn't read as much, I didn't watch videos on how to actually improve myself more, okay, like to be able to speak in front of a camera more, okay. That doesn't make sense. It shouldn't make sense. Now listen, you can enjoy these kind of things if you can control it. Okay, moderation is the key. All right. I'm not saying for you to cut out every single bit of junk food. I don't want you to cut out every bit of like ice cream. Don't just cut out like time to go out with friends. There's always a time and place for that. If you don't have time for that, you will be like a robot. Okay, just doing task after task and that's it. Okay, I'm not preaching that. Okay, there's like a term for this, like monk mode. Don't exactly go in monk mode. All right, the best way to probably go about it is like if you like to go out and like spend time with friends and kind of treat yourself, maybe do it like once a week or something. Okay, treat yourself to that. Okay, that's great. Or even twice a week, but control it. Okay, you have to control it. Tell yourself, when am I going to do these kind of pleasurable things, even if it affects my own psyche. Okay, like let's say video games. You spend maybe, if you don't want to cut out video games totally, then you can do it maybe once a week. Then what that's gonna do is what it's gonna make it more pleasurable. Okay, because you're kind of like abstaining from it. Okay, because the person that plays video games once a week is gonna have a lot more fun in that video game than that person that plays it every single day, because you probably already know as well, every time you load up, let's say, Call of Duty or the finals, whatever, okay, you probably don't enjoy it that much. You play it because you've always just kind of played it and you feel kind of good about it. Okay, which kind of sucks. If you recorded yourself literally playing the game, okay, like with your camera, with your phone camera, right, just like put it there, you just forget about it, you'll probably see yourself smile only like once in like a 2-hour gaming session. If it's with friends, that's a different story. Then it's kind of like socializing, okay, but I would say try to stick to once or twice a week, especially if you have a dream. Choose something that affects your psyche, okay, that really choose something that really benefits your psyche, that you can focus on. Okay, just be careful. Video games, if you're anything like me, it's probably video games as well for you. Try to control exactly how much time, like tell yourself how much time you are going to put into it. You don't have to cut it out completely. If you can cut it out completely, that's cool. All right, it's probably the best thing, but most people can't. Okay, I'm struggling with it as well, but I'm trying my best. Okay, hopefully this video helps. I know it's a bit like deep and all that. Okay, I'm not a brain psychologist or anything, but this is just from my own experience, from what I'm basically trying to give you the advice that I would give myself, okay, from what I've learned. But hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, you can leave a like, maybe subscribe so you can see more videos like this. If you have any video suggestions, please let me know, and hopefully I can see you in the next video. All right, okay, bye bye.